welcome back all of my subscribers, and welcome if this is the first time you're seeing one of my readings. My name is Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master, spiritual coach, and an intuitive tarot card reader. And through the work I'm doing here on YouTube, as well as my website, odessamall.com, I hope to deliver messages to you that will help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. In today's reading, we're diving into what makes people fall in love with you. So I'm excited about today's reading. This one's going to be really fun. So I've got 3 piles for you guys to select from. Pile number 1 is partnered with rose quartz. Rose quartz is a crystal that opens up the heart chakra. It also helps to promote self-love, which is the most important type of love. I want to point that out. Then pile number 2 is partnered with strawberry calcite. The calcite crystal family are really great at helping us to magnetize more joy and positivity into our lives. Strawberry calcite opens up the heart chakra, but it also helps us to channel positivity, joy, and love into all of our creative endeavors. And then pile number 3 is partnered with rhodonite, which helps to open up the heart chakra, but it also has the ability to help with the root chakra, so you can take all of that love energy and then ground it into the physical. So this is a great crystal for manifestation. I'm going to give you guys a second to select your pile now, and I will see you in a moment. Hi, pile number 1. Okay, so I've got your rose quartz. I'm going to set it there. And these cards are going to tell me why people fall in love with you. All right, so you got Lilith, independence. Whoa, you got warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? Rooster. The dog. And then your final card says, let every gesture show the world your blooming, fragrant heart. All right, pile number 1. I like your energy. So the energy that's coming through is leaning into the divine feminine, and a very independent woman at that. You might not necessarily identify as being a woman, but the energy that drives you, that also magnetizes people to you, is your, fiery divine feminine. Lilith is a powerful goddess. This energy is associated with women who really stand on their own and support themselves. She is an icon or a symbol of feminism and women's liberation and independence. Lilith is the first wife of Adam. She didn't want to be beneath Adam. She wanted to be his equal. He didn't go for that, and so she left him. And then he went to God and asked for another wife. And then that's where the story of Adam and Eve starts from. But Lilith ended up going out into the wilds and living completely independently. And there's such fire that comes from this. I mean, and then partnered with warrior woman, which to me really connects back with like Joan of Arc. And so that might resonate with you. I'm getting goosebumps, like major goosebumps. And Joan of Arc was 14 years old when her story really started. She was a child, and she went and convinced very powerful people that they needed to take her seriously, that she had a message from God. And when she was faced with death, because she was captured and she was going to be made an example of, she said that she wasn't afraid, that she was born to do this. That's the energy that's coming through. Like, you are very, very independent. You know your worth. I think that you feel like that you are here for a greater purpose. And I think that has a lot to do with liberating people that are just like you. It could be that you are a woman, you identify as a woman, and you are very interested in feminism, and you're interested in being independent and not having to rely on somebody else to put a roof over your head. And you don't want to necessarily like play into the gender roles, you know, like no matter what, you know, like however society views you or however you define yourself, you don't want to play into the gender norms. And I think that you like to stir shit up. I like that a lot. I think that you aren't afraid to speak your truth. I mean, like with the swords in traditional tarot are connected to communication. I think that you get inspiration and ideas directly from your guides and your ancestors. This is psychic information. You know, Joan of Arc was getting channeled messages. She was seeing visions of angels. There is even a beam of light coming straight down through the crown chakra into the top of Lilith's head. The angel wings behind her, the Babylonian angel wings that are behind her. You know, you know what your life's purpose is, and you are going to go and charge towards it. I think that you have a real sense of justice, and you are willing to fight for the underdog and speak your truth. The rooster as well. That's all about communication and being in your masculine yang energy. You know, the rooster is the boy chicken. So, you know, you've got a lot of fire in you, but for a purpose, for a cause, and people find that really, really sexy. Now, I have to say that if you're a woman, you have definitely had men in the past, cisgendered men in the past, sexualize that nature in you. That it's like a fetish. Like, oh, you're a strong woman. Oh, like they like get off on that. And I think that's really creepy. I'm one of these women. So I'm like, I'm in pile one with you guys. And it's super creepy. And you just got to avoid those dudes. You just got to sidestep those dudes. You know, there's nothing wrong with somebody finding your nature to be sexy, but when they're sexualizing it like a fetish, that's not cool. You also are an extremely loyal and trustworthy person, and people find that really alluring and really sexy. You know, they really fall in love with you because of your loyalty. And I think it's not just loyalty to other people, it's also loyalty to your principles, loyal to your boundaries, loyal to your sense of self, loyal to your principles, your cause. I think that, you know, there's something that drives you guys, that you're so passionate about, that you, no matter what, are going to fight for this. This is the energy of activism. And activism can play out in a lot of different ways in your life, you know? Like, it doesn't mean that you are on the front lines of protests. This could be that you are making content online. You know, you've got your social media platforms and you are sharing your message or your story. You know, sometimes just sharing your own personal journey, your story, even if it isn't reaching thousands of people, even if it reaches 5 people. I guarantee you one of those 5 people will be changed forever by your story. Nothing is by accident. You know, you come into alignment with people for a reason. You know, there is a purpose behind all of this. And your purpose is to spread your wings, share your message. It opens up portals inside people, you know, all of these portals behind Joan of Arc. With all of these blooming flowers, you know, you radiate, you like glow. And I think that you come across as somebody who is a little bit punk rock and out there. I think you like to see things from a different perspective, and you're open-minded, you know? I think you're fiercely loyal to the people that are close to you. But you also are completely open to what, you know, another person's perspective, even if, you know, they are part of another group, you know? Like, even if you're a diehard liberal, you are open to hearing the arguments of those that are falling into more of the conservative group, because you really believe in due process, you really believe in communication, you believe that people should have rights and that they should be heard, even if you don't agree with them. Now, if they cross that line and they start putting other people at risk, if they are being prejudiced in any way, if they are trying to take away somebody else's liberty, no, you're going to come down like a hammer on that. And I love that. I really do. And so to go back to this, let your gesture show the world your blooming, fragrant heart. You walk the walk. You are the person that when nobody else is pointing out that the joke that you just made is sexist and it makes me uncomfortable, you're the one that will go out there and do that. And you will do that with not just friends and, like, you know, people that are part of your circle. I think you will call this out with bosses. You will, like, go up against the people that no one else will say this stuff to. And people find that really, really intoxicating. Like, how could they not fall in love with somebody who's willing to really, like, you have this, like, I will die for the things that I believe in energy. Like, I'm really, really impressed. Really, truly, like, in awe of this energy. I wish I could meet you guys. All right, so let's get some more cards. I'm gonna find out what makes people fall in love with you, pile number one. Yes, you just got the Page of Wands. Yes, you've been this way your entire life. Strong activism. You know, the Page of Wands is talking about being driven to start something new, to see things in a different light, to see things from a different perspective, to step forward and start something new. And you are being driven by your own compassion. You are the Queen of Cups. You are in tune with your psychic abilities, like I was picking up with the Warrior Woman and the Joan of Arc energy. You are so in tune with your psychic abilities and your spiritual nature and your empathy. I definitely think you're empaths, but you're empowered empaths. You are not letting your emotional nature rule you. You are in tune and in control of that. You use it to help you bond with people, but you don't let it sort of steer the ship. And you allow it to be a Geiger. You know, like, Geigers are used to measure how much radioactive or radiation is in the air. And you use your empathic nature and your psychic abilities to sort of, like, measure how much toxicity is in the air, right? With people around you. If this person is giving you bad vibes, you don't second guess that. An empath that hasn't quite stepped into their power second guesses their own intuition. They're like, maybe I'm overreacting. That's their toxic programming from other people coming through, because their natural inclination is to trust their own instincts. And you have stepped into that. And your instincts are telling you that you're here to seek justice. Like, as if you just got the Justice card, and then Lilith, warrior goddess, and then warrior woman with Joan of Arc. Like, you are here to shake shit up. You are going to balance the scales at no matter what. You're going to work towards that. And if that means that you have a career and then you're working on this and, like, part-time on the side, you totally would. Like, this is the energy of somebody who is, you know, working on cold cases on their off time. or volunteering, you know, with different community groups, trying to help people get justice. And you got the Seven of Pentacles, which is talking about diligently working towards your goals. Like, people are so, I think, in awe of how much passion you have. They definitely think that you probably would be a very intense and passionate lover. There's definitely people that are thinking that way. There's a real like wildness about you. Even if like that you have a very polished look. Your energy, it's just like crackling underneath the surface. And like when they are around you, everything feels energized. I think that you, like, no matter what you're talking about, you're very like animated and passionate about it. And like you feel things so deeply, right? And I think others in the past have been really intimidated by that. And they're like, you know, chill out. Why are you getting so upset? Like, I get the energy of like a very empowered woman who is a feminist and has been with men that said that they were feminists, you know, believing in equality. But then when she starts to stand in her own power and not need the guy to like do things, then they try and knock her off her throne and like try and tell her that she's being too much, right? You're one of those girls that has had people say, you know, you should smile. You would look so much prettier if you smiled. And you're like, what the F? Like, as if that person just came up to me and told me that I should smile. Like, where do they get off, you know? And you want to change that. You, I think, had fallen into patterns before in the past where you felt like a prison. I don't feel like you ever felt like it was just that all that behavior and all those like, you know, chains on you were just, you just didn't understand necessarily how you were going to get out of it. And then one day you just were like, I'm done with this. I'm just never going to date another person that ever makes me feel that way. I'm never going to hang out with another person that makes me feel that way. And if I have to lose friends, lovers, and family to set myself free, I'm going to do it. You set yourself free. And now you have magnetized other people towards you that feel the same way. And they are really seeing you as like, you know, with hard eyes, basically. So 1 second. Okay, yeah, you got the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, and the Knight of Pentacles. So you are likely still in the process of fully coming into your inner Lilith. You're going to be there, though. You're definitely going to get there. So you've been through battles. Like I was saying, people have beat you down. They've tried to control you. And you are now in this place where you're like, no, if I have to walk this road alone with just the you know, desire, the passion inside me to create a better world, that's enough for me. And like people are just like, oh my God. Like I get, it's like, you know, images of like warrior women, like Wonder Woman are coming forward. Really, like the right partner for you is gonna be somebody who has equal energy to that. They will have to match your energy. There's no way that this would work with someone who is more passive and you know, wasn't able to sort of stand on their own with complete authority and have confidence, right? There's going to be a lot of people that will be magnetized to you that are like on the narcissistic spectrum where they have a lot of bravado and they come across like they're really, really confident. But in reality, they only have confidence if other people are telling them how amazing they are. You're not like that at all. And you need to find someone who is like you, right? The minute they're like, you know, anyone who also like talks themselves up a lot, like says that they're a great friend or yeah, I'm an amazing friend, I'm an amazing boyfriend, I'm an amazing son, that's a red flag. I'm being told to tell you that. So just keep that in mind. That's a red flag. Confident people don't have to constantly boast about how confident they are. Okay? So let's see what else. I'm gonna go with this one. So what else about pile number one makes people fall in love with them? Why do people fall in love with pile number one? Yes! You set people free. You have freedom. You set people free. I think that partially it's just the way you live your life. I get the energy that you are thrill seekers and adventure seekers. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean you're jumping out of a plane. I'm not going to rule that out. I could definitely see you doing that. But I think that you're people that will take risks, and you will, you know, leave a job maybe before you have another job lined up, just because you know that the boss that you're working for is a complete sexist and you just can't stand another minute being in his presence because you feel like he's sucking your life force. You know? So you leave. And ultimately, everything always works out for you because that's your divine purpose. That's what you're here to do. And when you do it, you inspire other people. And like, how could they not fall in love with you when you're helping them set themselves free? You know, that is truly very, very intoxicating. Like, think about all of the like beautiful people out there that are also philanthropists that are doing amazing things. You know, I'm getting Keanu Reeves in my mind. He's done all kinds of amazing humanitarian work, and he's really, really handsome, and he's really intelligent, and he's very creative. You know, that's the energy of you. I don't think that you're boastful about anything. I don't think you go and bang your own drum, like I was saying before. You're not narcissistic. I don't think that you need people to praise you all the time. You just know your worth, and it does shine through. It definitely shines through. Yes, you got forgiveness. The other beautiful aspect of you, like this dog energy, is that you're very, very forgiving, that you understand that people do make mistakes, and that if somebody wrongs you, you will forgive them. Now, with that said, it doesn't mean that you're going to let all of those people back into your life. You will wish them all of the best. You know, truly, truly give them forgiveness. You forgive them for all of the wrongs. But you have to recognize that they might still be in their shadow and not healthy to be in your life, and you allow them to go. And you continually, you know, wish them well and send them like healing light and prayers, you know, just through the energy of your own heart towards them. You know, you're compassionate to their struggles, but you're not necessarily going to burn in the fire with them, right? So what else makes people love you? Yes, and you have a big community of friends. I think you're a lot of fun to be around. I think that you can be kind of wild, especially when you were younger. I get the energy that you're a real wild child, that you got up to like mischief is what I'm being told. You know, like, you know, maybe doing things that you shouldn't have been doing, but it was fun. You know, like that's the energy I'm getting, because they're reminding me of a whole bunch of stupid things that I did when I was in high school, which I won't share with you guys, but they were fun and stupid. But yeah, and you really bonded with people. I think that you have friendships too that last decades. Like, just transcend time is the energy I'm getting. Like, you have a lot of people that get together with you after a long period of time, and it's like, oh, not a day has gone by, and it's just you're the same. And it's not that you haven't changed. It's that you just love them just as much as you did the last time you saw them, and you accept them 100% for who they are. And, you know, if they had wronged you and it was, you know, within reason, you know, it wasn't something like that could have really harmed you, you put it behind you. All is forgiven, you know? And I'm getting that energy with family members, actually. You know, you just have a real giving heart. Yeah, and people just can't help but fall in love with you as a result of that. So let's get a couple of final cards here from this Starseed Oracle. What makes people fall in love with pile number one? free spirit is to float without walls, to fly without judgment, and to love without conditions. I love it when that happens. And like that, it beautifully sums up everything that I was talking about, that you love without judgment and you'll forgive, that you also love without any kind of conditions, and you're a free spirit. You know, you might be, I keep thinking of Almost Famous. I don't know if you guys haven't seen the movie. It's really good. I really, really like it. But there's this scene where one of the main characters jumps off of the roof of a house into a pool, and like that's the kind of energy that you have, you know, like that you would just jump into a pool like fully dressed, or, you know, maybe jump off of the roof of a house. I don't know. Hopefully onto like a trampoline or something like that. Then you've got celebration. Celebrate your achievements. You truly are a gift to the universe. Yes, you're fun to be around. People enjoy being in your energy. And I think that you celebrate others as well. You know, you believe that there's enough for everyone. We don't need to, like, you know, put ourselves on a pedestal and then put other people down, you know, to make ourselves feel better, because everyone can be beautiful, everyone can be special, everyone can have a very special divine purpose, everyone can fulfill that divine purpose, everyone can have love, everyone can be creative, everyone can be sexy. You know, there is enough for everyone. We need to reject all of the marketing that has been placed on us that keep us separated from each other, that keep us feeling like we're too ugly, we're too short, we're too old, we're too fat, we're too bald, we're too, you know, we have too much skin pigmentation, or our hair is the wrong texture, or, you know, our eyes are the wrong color, or, you know, whatever it is, all of that has to go. All of that has to go, because beauty standards change over time. They're different from, you know, region to region, you know, country to country, culture to culture. And all that does is make us feel lonely and unsupported. You get that. You totally get that. You celebrate everyone for who they are. You also got choice. By standing conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. Yes, not only do you support your own freedom to make choices in your life that bring you positivity and joy, right? That fill you up. The job that you want, the independence that you want, which ultimately women did not have, as well as many other groups of people. But I'm being drawn back to Lilith and her being a symbol of feminine independence. You know, women having to be married because they otherwise would be homeless. You know, like they didn't have the right to vote, they didn't have the right to own property, they weren't even seen as people under the law. So your spirit, I believe in reincarnation. So I have to point out the fact that I feel like your spirit has been fighting this battle for a really, really long time. Independence. Like the energy that I'm getting of suffragettes, you were there. You did that. You're part of that. And you're still fighting for people to have choice now, you know, and people fall in love with you as a result of it. I love you because of it. Thank you for doing this work. Thank you. It's inspiring. So I hope that this reading resonated with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, if you could hit the thumbs up, that would be amazing help to me. It would also be amazing if you guys would subscribe to the channel. I would love to see you in the next reading. If anyone is interested in having a one-on-one reading with me, you can always go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my booking information is there, as well as my services, and share the reading with someone you know that might be interested. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 2. Okay, so let's get into your cards. I'm going to put your strawberry calcite aside. These cards are going to tell me what makes people fall in love with you. All right, you got Mama Oka, water. Oh, interesting. Mintonkin, longing for home, belonging, the original light worker. The crocodile. the butterfly. And your final card says, your life has magnitude. You are magnificent. Honor yourself with a grateful attitude. Wow. All right. Pile number 2. Well, you are my empaths. Most likely you connect with psychic abilities as well. Like there's a lot of references to water here. Not only did you just get the water card, but Mintonkin, that origin of starseed was a water planet. And then the crocodile, you know, living on land as well as being able to dwell in water. This is fascinating. So you are a really caring, nurturing, empathetic person. I think that you help people to open up and express themselves. I think that you also are able to understand people in a way that they haven't experienced before. Because you have psychic abilities, you can tune into their energy and sort of understand what they're thinking and feeling without them having to verbalize it to you, which for people that are disconnected from their empathic nature, their divine feminine, they might have trouble expressing their feelings. They might only have a couple of emotions that they easily express, like happiness or anger, you know, happiness or frustration, but they don't have a wide spectrum of emotions. And you help them through role modeling. You help them to sort of tap into that, you know, like I don't think that you are playing the mother role necessarily. For some people, I think that in the past you might have played the caregiver role. Like initially it's like you're in a relationship. Some of you might have even been married to this person, or you're in a relationship. It's a romantic relationship, but over time it sort of morphs and changes where you're sort of carrying the emotional load for both people, and you might have had children as well, so for your children as well, because that's the role of a parent. And that got really tiring because you've definitely gone through some sort of metamorphosis when it comes to love, right? The butterfly is talking about you going through different stages of development, understanding love on a deeper level. And I think you came to a point where you started to understand how to love yourself and have boundaries. Like, so the butterfly obviously goes from a caterpillar through the pupae stage, and they, you know, emerge from the chrysalis as the butterfly. And there's many, many different stages as that process is taking place. Whereas the crocodile is an energy that is one that's very primitive. So this is telling me a lot that one, you have had to shield yourself from people that will take advantage of your caring heart. But this is also talking to me about you having like a tough exterior and a thick skin. You know, you've learned how to put your own battle armor on. Like, look at Mama Oka. She has decked out. Like, she's stunning. But she also has what looks like sort of like a chainmail breastplate on, which to me is talking it's very similar to the scales of this crocodile. You have learned how to protect yourself, you know, to still be able to be caring and empathetic and emotional, but not allow people that are deep in their shadow to take advantage of you, to stalk you like prey. And I think that you have been stalked before. I think that you've been in toxic relationships. I think you've been with people that were probably narcissistic, you know, on that spectrum of narcissism. Now, during that relationship with that person, I'm being called to tell you that you did help them to transform. There's these blooming lotus flowers. You know, lotus flowers grow out of the mud and murky water. And you helped this person that was deep in their shadow to evolve. To you, you won't notice it, right? Like, you won't necessarily notice any change at all in them. But on a soul level, you really did help them. And that was part of like your soul contract with that person. And you transformed and metamorphosized to be able to fly, to be able to see things from a higher perspective. And this new version of you is so ethereal, is the energy I'm getting. Like, people are very easily fall in love with you, very easily. I think that you have an innocence about you, and it doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. Like, there's just, you know, it has nothing to do with your chronological age, is what I'm saying. You have an innocence about you where you're just like wide-eyed and excited about life, and you see the beauty all around you, you know, like you really, I think that you're a person that likes the simple pleasures. It doesn't mean that you don't like, you know, really fancy things and like going out to, you know, if you were invited or you wanted to go out to a 5-star restaurant and like, you know, really go all out and get super dressed up and have a night on the town and spend loads and loads of money, you'd be down for that. But you could easily have just as good a time sitting in the park with your dog, having a homemade cup of coffee. You know, like it has nothing to do with the label on things, you know? For you, it's important to like connect on a heart level, right? You are a person that you're a person that falls more and more in love with somebody the closer you get. And that's rare. That's really rare. A lot of people are attracted to each other based on the like physical, the exterior, as well as how like the ego boost they get from being with each other, you know, like it's very superficial. And then over time, when like reality starts to sink in and like they're not getting this same like, you know, endorphin bursts from being with that person, some of the shine sort of dulls, and that's when marriages start having serious problems, or relationships. It doesn't mean just married people. Any people can go through these stages, and you know, then they start either having more and more conflict and separating. That can also be, you know, a contributing factor into infidelity, looking for somebody else who can make me feel like I'm special, because that person doesn't feel special inside. You know how special you are. You feel love inside you. You know, like it's just naturally there, radiating out of you. You don't need somebody else to tell you that you're good enough to feel lovable. And you've worked hard to get to that point. And when you fall in love with someone, you fall deep, and you fall more and more in love with them day by day, because your hearts are connecting. You are transcending the physical, you know? Your souls are connected, and that is so beautiful. I really love that energy. I really connect with that. I identify with this. Yeah, I really do. Okay, so let's find out why people fall in love with you. I think you're very, I also get the energy of you just being very graceful, you know, with the butterfly, even the crocodile. Crocodiles, when they're swimming through the water, oh my God, they're so graceful. I really get that energy that, you know, you're fluid like water. It's beautiful. Yeah, and you are one that is really celebrated. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, you got the 6 of Wands, the Chariot, and you just got the 10 of Pentacles. So you are somebody that is seen as victorious. You're one that's celebrated. You might be in the public eye, you know, you might be working towards that. You might be somebody who wants to be on a public stage. You want to be famous, or you want to be in a leadership position. You want to be seen. You want to be heard. And you're working diligently towards that. You have very balanced energy. The Chariot is talking about a balancing of divine masculine and divine feminine energy, and having the focus on your goal to be able to move forward at a rapid pace, but sometimes just at a steady pace. You know, like Sometimes you are moving forward towards your goal at a pace that allows you to sort of stop and smell the roses, which I really, really like. 10 of Pentacles. This is going to bring you great abundance. If it hasn't already, like 10 of Pentacles is talking about real financial security, strong wealth. This could be intergenerational wealth, so much money that you're taking care of, as well as generations after you. I am getting the energy that if that is the case, you would be doing philanthropy. You want to make the world a better place. Something about setting up programs to help people with emotional regulation. That might not resonate with all of you, obviously, but there is something to do with or educating people about empathy and connecting with their emotions. There's something about you taking your knowledge, right? Because you're a light worker. You're here to do something specifically that's touching people on a heart level, that's so touching them so deep that I think they fall in love with you and they never really fall out of love with you. I think there's people that were in love with you from, honestly, they just said public school to me. I'm in Canada, so that's elementary school. They've loved you since you were a child, they were a kid too, and they still love you, there's just something about, and it might not be you're ever gonna call you up and be like, I'm in love with you, we're meant to be together. It's just that, the crush feelings that they had on you when you were in grade 2, they still kind of feel that way about you, which is amazing. I love that. So what else can you tell me about why do people fall in love? Yeah. Oh, yes. So you got the 2 of Pentacles, which is talking about that balanced energy. Very similar to the Chariot. The 2 of Pentacles is talking about being able to juggle a lot of responsibilities too. I think that you make things look effortless. You work towards your goals. I get real stylish. I do. I get really, really stylish, elegant, sophisticated energy from this. Now that doesn't mean that you're always wearing beige and, it doesn't mean that you are simple. It doesn't mean that your aesthetic is simple. It just means that it's very polished. Whatever way you like to look, you've really thought about it. And you've thought about it because you really dived into what your heart was telling you, and you went forward with it and you fine-tuned it and you polished that look to the point where it was the perfect representation of you, right? It might not be the perfect representation for everyone else, you might have 5 different colors of hair, and you might have tattoos all over your body and facial piercings, and you wear wild clothes, but it's such a polished package, it doesn't look disjointed. It's seamless, it's stylish, it's it looks effortless, and you've really, really done the work. And you're able to express yourself that way because you've gone within. You got the Hermit. You went within and you unearthed all of your own demons. The crocodile can also be talking about our own ego state, right? The, shadow self that's lurking deep, within, that we don't want to face. And then, but, the reality is, I just want all of you to know, you have to face your shadow. If this is only partially resonating with you and you're yeah, but I don't want to have to face my shadow, you have to. There's no way around it. You have to face your shadow because it is the thing that will liberate you. If you can face your fears and you can overcome them, you'll be unshakable. None of these, narcissistic people, none of the people that made you question your own self-worth or your emotions will ever be able to knock you ever again, because you'll be able to detach yourself from that. We all have to face the shadow, and it's an ongoing process. And if you can face your shadow, you will raise your vibration so that you get to a place where you're aligning with other people that had that same courage. It isn't weak to go in and allow yourself to be vulnerable. And it might mean that you need to partner with somebody else and see a therapist. There's no shame in that. Therapy's amazing. I highly recommend it. But it could be any number of things, you know? It could be you focusing your own mind by meditating or doing yoga or doing any other activity. But it's either already brought you into alignment with a group of people that are also compassionate and have the same drive and they see the best in people and they want you to achieve your highest potential, or you're going to be coming into alignment with these people. And it's like you're this group of like the beautiful people doing beautiful things. That's the energy I'm getting, you know? Like people want to hate you, but they can't. You know, they want to hate you because you're gorgeous and you're stylish and you have everything going for you and that you're really well off and wealthy. And this could be a whole bunch of opportunities too. It doesn't necessarily mean financial wealth, but I do think that you're going to have like a lot of money. I do. But they can't hate you because you're just such a nice person. You know, they tried. I feel like I can hear people saying, I tried. I really wanted to hate them. And I can't because they're just too nice. They're too nice a person. I can't hate them. So let's get some final cards about what makes people fall in love with you. Like people just want to be out with you. They want to like spend time with you. They want to party with you. That's the energy I also got. I think you really know how to have a good time too. Like there's a strong energy of dancing. Like you might like to go out and dance. And like I get the energy that you're the type of person like, you know, this is like people that like to go out with just their friends. They're not going out to try and meet somebody. They're going out just so that they can have a good time. If you meet someone, you meet someone. But it's like your aim isn't always to go out and like, you know, find a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner, you know? Like you're happy on your own. So what makes people fall in love with pile number 2? This one wanted to come out. What makes people fall in love with pile number 2? That one. Oh boy, you got a lot. Okay. So you got intuition, trust your intuition that's been guiding you to the answers you seek, just like we were talking about. You're very intuitive, you know, I would say psychic, to be perfectly honest. And you use that intuition to help not only you transmute some of your own shadow, but you help open up other people. You got signs. The universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing to you signs and synchronicities. Now, if you are picking up on signs in your environment, like you're seeing repeating numbers, or you're seeing a particular animal over and over and over again, or a song is playing over and over and over for you, those are signs from your guides. Pay attention to them. I know it comes across initially and it seems like you're reading into things and it seems silly and stupid. You know, I've been there. But if you lean into it a little bit and you just like have a tiny bit of faith, you know, just like think like, just allow yourself to explore it. Allow yourself to at least believe that it could be a message. And I promise you the pieces of the puzzle will come together in such a way, eventually you'll get signs where it's undeniable. Like you just will not be able to deny that there's something going on. And what do you have to lose, right? Your guides just want to guide you towards abundance. Like, don't forget about all this money that's waiting for you, and fame and success and all of these amazing friends, you know, and all this love. Like, this is good energy. This is going away from toxic people that are going to hurt you. And that's where you're going to have strength, right? Because you might be kind of defensive with people because you have been hurt in the past and you don't want to be in that position ever again. But know now that you are the warrior. You've transmuted yourself to being the warrior. You have strength. You are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. Like, you have the strength within you. You've got Gaia. Connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through this time of change. So if you haven't already come out of this hermit mode, if you're still sort of figuring things out, you know, you're still becoming the warrior goddess, you're still sort of figuring out what your life purpose is, you're going through possibly the tower, right? Don't worry, it's all gonna work out. You're not alone. You are being guided towards something amazing. People can see this in your energy already. That's why they're falling in love with you. Just keep reflecting on all of that and allow yourself to just like fully express yourself. Because, you know, the energy I see here is like the monarch butterfly. It's like the energy of creation. It's Gaia. Create, create, create. It's going to bring you into alignment with so much love. And you got reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. That's talking about the shadow. So when people are mean to you for no reason, it's because it's their shadow. Your light is making them feel insecure. Because and this will kind of increase, to be honest. The more you step into your light, the more people get triggered by that, because it's like, oh my God, if you are being your authentic self and I'm still like working for the man, or I'm doing what like is conventional, it's almost like in their own mind, they're having a conversation that never happened. And they're telling themselves, well, they must judge me because I am not following my heart. Meanwhile, you're not judging anyone. You're a loving, compassionate, empathetic person. And you just have to let them feel what they're feeling and disconnect from it. Don't react to it as if what they're saying is truthful just because they said it. No, that's their own shadow. And when you react to things, if you get triggered by someone, those are signposts pointing you towards your own shadow. It's scary to look at it, definitely. But once you overcome it, then you're invincible, like I said before. And you got free spirit. To be a free spirit is to float without walls, to fly without judgment, and to love without condition. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself for being different or unique, or, you know, wanting the world to be a better place, or feeling a lot, you know, being really compassionate and emotional. Don't judge yourself for that. But at the same time, we have to also understand that everyone else on this planet is at a different stage of their spiritual growth. And those that are not empathetic, we also have to be tolerant of that, because we've been in their shoes at some point in our soul's growth. It doesn't mean that I'm saying that you should hang out with those people or be in relationships. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think that would be healthy for you. But wanting vengeance on them or judging them and being angry at them actually only ends up harming you, because they're doing actually the best they can. The best they can just isn't good enough, you know, for where you are. It would be fine with possibly somebody else, but allow them to go, and then you can have somebody that can come in that is a vibrational match to you, that is able to, you know, balance things out with you, right? To be the other pentacle in this Two of Pentacles scenario. But regardless of, you know, that energy, I'm giving you this advice based on like what I'm feeling would be best for you, to guide you towards something that will be, you know, a mutual love. Regardless, you're going to have a lot of suitors, because a lot of people are going to be magnetized to this energy. Truly, they're going to like, there's so many people that are already, you know, vying for your hand, is what my guides just said to me. Like, people might actually be literally fighting over you. Not in an aggressive, like a sort of like right in your face, kind of like brawling in the street kind of energy, but like really trying to get your attention. So, like, you're gonna have, so much choice. Don't rush into anything, honestly. Just like go towards your victory and everything is going to work out. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, if you could give me a like, that would be amazing. If you know someone who might also be interested in the reading, please share it. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. I would love to see you guys in the next reading. I love your energy. I'd love to actually meet you guys. Like, the more of these readings I do, the more in love I am with all of you guys. You have amazing energy. And if anyone is interested in having a one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my booking information and all of the pricing details and everything is there. So I hope I see you guys in the next reading, and have a great day. Take care. Hi, pile number 3. All right, so I'm going to put your rhodonite crystal to the side, and these cards are going to tell me what makes people fall in love with you. Let's see. You got Lazy Revelation. You got Take a Break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Interesting. You got Chameleon. Oh. The Skull, and you got a final card that says, you can only lift others above fear with creativity, love, and a lightness of being. Wow. Okay. So people love your energy. You are a person that is extremely lucky and abundant. Opportunities seem to just miraculously manifest around you. Now, in reality, you're diligently working towards your goals, but I think other people think that it comes to you sort of effortlessly because you're so at ease and at peace about the evolution, the journey you're on, right? I think you have real work-life balance. This Take a Break card is really speaking to me. I think that you're in tune with the energy of the earth, the changes of the seasons. I think that you're a person who also likes to, get up with the sun coming up, or you like to spend time with the moon. Like, I mean, you might not verbalize it that way, but like, you like those quiet moments where you can just sort of be with your own thoughts and sort of drink in your surroundings, be in nature. And I think that you also recognize synchronicities that happen around you. Like, Lizzie has her palm out. She's catching lightning in her palm, and it's transmuting into a dragon, which is a symbol of good luck. And I feel like you have taken a totally different direction in your life, or at least you're thinking about it. This could be something that you're still thinking about manifesting, but going in a totally different direction in your life. And although people initially think that it might seem crazy, it actually works out in your favor. Like, the chameleon is talking about being able to change and adapt yourself, right? I think that you can fit in with almost any group of people. I think that you can find commonalities between yourself and anyone, no matter who they are, even if you have totally different, belief systems, you can find some way of connecting. I think that you believe in the interconnectedness of all things. I also think that you feel like, you have to live in the moment. Now, for some of you, there might have been situations where there was cataclysmic change, loss of a job, loss of a relationship, possibly a death, where it was like, oh my God, we only have now. I have to do all of the things that I always wanted to do and prioritize them and start taking action now, and not wait until, I retire, or wait until, I finish school, or whatever it is. Like, not wait until the future to live the life that I always wanted to live. you shifted and changed. Like I'm getting scenarios of someone who like had a high-powered finance job, leaving that job so that they can have their own organic lavender farm, you know, like getting back to the earth, like whatever it is. I mean, like whatever, that's just an example that popped into my head. Partially because there's these flowers here. I'm not sure what plant this is, but it kind of has that lavender vibe to it. But like your old life, right? The skull, you let that go. You let that old life go and you transmuted and you had changed and adapted to your new life and a new way of being, a new, like I just feel, I get this real sense of like you're really comfortable in your skin. And I don't think that you were always like that. I feel like you judged yourself, your physical form, harshly at times. You know, like this is the energy of like, and it will be different for everyone, you know, feeling like you're too fat or you're too skinny or you're too tall or you're too short or your hair's too brown or your hair's too red, or it's too curly, or your skin's too dark, or it's like the pigmentation is uneven, or I hate my freckles, or, you know, my eyesight, I wish I didn't have to wear glasses. Like every single person will resonate with a different thing, but I'll promise you, every single person on this planet has hated something about themselves. And we all have to go through that journey of loving ourselves for who we are right now in this moment, not who we will be in the future or who we were in the past, but loving ourselves and defining ourselves as beautiful, worthy of love, and sexy right now, right? Because anyone who doesn't see how beautiful you are doesn't deserve to be with you. You know, that's a person that's in their own shadow and has, you know, they have growth to do. They have growth to do to go beyond the physical. Now, when I'm not saying that everyone should date people that they're not physically attracted to. What I'm talking about is two people coming together that have had mutual attraction and then one of those partners starting to beat the other person down because, you know, they gained weight, especially like after having a baby or something like that, you know, or they're getting older and like, you know, really making their partner feel terrible about things that are totally normal. That's what I'm talking about, right? I'm not suggesting that you have to date people you're not physically attracted to. But I think that you have come to a place where you really accept yourself for who you are. And you're willing to just let people go out of your life and possibly like not be in a love connection if they don't value you and love you for who you are. And I think that you're also adapting and changing your own beauty standards, right? Like on your journey of self-love, you exposed yourself to different types of being, right? Different aesthetics, different ways of living, everything. I think you just opened yourself up, like to redefine yourself. And like your openness is so beautiful to others and they really love that about you. Like they magnetize to that. I think that you like liberate them to a certain degree. They're a little bit afraid of that, right? You got this card, going back to this one, it says you can only lift others above fear with creativity, love, and a lightness of being. You love yourself. You are easygoing about it. You are creative. I feel strongly like you left or you're going to leave some sort of rigid job where you're doing something that, yes, it makes you money, but it doesn't fill your cup, you know, creatively, or, you know, your soul is crying out for you to do something else and you just let it go. You're like, fine, you know, I'll live in a tiny house then, you know, like I'll, you know, buy a house with a bunch of friends and we'll all pay the mortgage off together. Like you just redefined it. You're like, I know what I need to be happy and life is too short. So I'm just going to go after that. I'm not going to worry about the other stuff. And people are just falling in love with you because of this. Like it's incredible. Like I feel the energy too, that you're going to get an incredible idea. Like just this energy of lightning. Like something is going to come to you that's really gonna, like, it's gonna open you up to an opportunity that will align you with a bunch of money, which is gonna then give you more freedom so you can be more creative, which is amazing. So why do people fall in love with pile number 3? Why do people fall in love with pile number 3? Nice. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. These cards came out in pile number 1 too. So if you felt called to pile number 1, you might want to go back and listen to that one as well. Okay, so people fall in love with you because you have taken control of your life and what you value. But I think this card is also speaking to me about giving up control. There's a certain amount of freedom to the flow of life that you have invited and welcomed into your life. That everything is in divine timing. That you can't micromanage the universe because the universe is aligning you with the perfect opportunity for you at the perfect time. And we don't know everything that's going on, right? Like our life is built like, I like to visualize it like a spider web, right? There's all these strands coming off of you, all these different opportunities, all these different ways that you could go. And if you walk down one strand of that spider web, there'll be other strands that are, aligning with that point that you're at. And those are other opportunities for you. But, as you're walking down the path, there is the spider constantly weaving more of the web. You have to allow the spider to weave the next, portion of the web to continue on that path down towards your life purpose or your soul's calling or, the thing that's going to bring you the most joy. You just have to wait for other people to sort of make decisions, basically, is what I'm trying to say. If you are patient, you can enjoy that process. If you try and take control, it can cause a lot of suffering, right? Pain in life is unavoidable, but suffering, we have a choice. You have a choice to suffer. So you're going through this and you're building your wealth, right? You got the Knight of Pentacles and then it emerges as the King of Pentacles. And what the transition is here is you releasing control. You believe that the universe is just, that things are going to work out in your favor. You're leading with your heart and compassion, and you know that you have a calling. You're being driven to do something, specifically the Queen of Wands. And I feel like you're connected with magic. I don't know whether you would identify with that, whether that resonates with you, but I do feel like you have alchemical skills to be able to create opportunities for you, manifest things that you want to achieve in this life, and you use your psychic abilities to align yourself with those. It's your intuition, it's your gut instincts, right? And because you're a fair person, you are more likely to be granted access to those things, and it's helping you to grow and grow your wealth, right? Like I was picking up on, there is going to be opportunities for you to have a lot of money. You just need to continue to release control and have faith, basically. And it's hard. That's really hard. Like I know. I'm a psychic. I know what my life's plan is to a certain degree, but I don't know when everything is going to happen. And I have to wait everything out just like all of you, right? I'm waiting for certain opportunities to become available to me, and I don't always know why things don't work out. I can't always explain that. All I can assume is that there was something else that is affecting my life plan based on somebody else's actions, and I just have to ride the wave. and you're doing that too. And you're like, I just get this energy of like you being really chill. Like that energy of just like laying on a beach and just having confidence, you know, that as the tide is coming in, it won't wash away your picnic. That kind of energy. Like, nah, it'll be okay. We'll be all right. And it allows you to really focus on what your goals are because you're not riddled with anxiety. You're able to sleep well. You're able to continue with your routine. You're able to see the mystery and the magic that's all around you, right? Like I really feel like you can pick up on synchronicities and signs from the universe. So that is awesome. That's really, really exciting. Let's get some more cards and find out some more about why people fall in love with you, pile number 3. Why do people fall in love with pile number 3? They really want me to talk about justice, like you being really fair. You know, I feel like you're the energy of you'll do a lot for people, you know, out of just the goodness of your own heart. Like you got the love card. You speak truth. You speak from a heart-centered place. She's holding up a crystal to her throat, and the throat chakra is obviously connected to communication. And you also got fertility. I think that, and answers. So you likely have psychic downloads that are coming to you, and you possibly might freely give that information to other people. You know, it's like your instincts are telling you that your friend needs to, you know, use a certain sound for a TikTok video, right? And you could actually just take that idea and create that video yourself, but there's something inside you that you're like, no, I'm supposed to tell this person about it. And you do. And then the video goes viral, and never once do you think, oh, that could have been me. You're like, no, that was meant for them. And you understand that when you do good, the universe will pay you back. It just might not be like a directly like that person that you did that good act for is going to give something back to you. It will come to you in a different way because you have the answers. And fertility is talking about birthing creative ideas. It could be also talking about you being a parent. It could be talking about you being a wonderful father or a wonderful mother. But it's also talking about like creation, you know, possibly you're an artist of some kind and you're creating things that way. It could be that business, or you're creating a business and that business needs employees and it needs to hire other people. So by you starting your business, it's like you're creating an environment where someone else can live their dream as well. It could be any of those things. Yeah, there's strong images coming forward about birds and flight. So you might have had a lot of messages, or you might have seen messages coming forward to you in nature with like birds acting strangely. I feel like this is connected to love. That I feel like you have a divine counterpart that's going to be coming into your life really soon, like a true love. If you haven't already met this person, it's possible that you've already met this person. And if you have, if you're in a relationship and you're wondering, is this person my like divine counterpart, this synchronicity will resonate for you as well. So there's something about birds coming forward, something in your life is going to take place that is unusual that's connected to birds. When that happens, that will be a confirmation that the person that you're with is the right person, or it could be a confirmation that the perfect person is going to be coming into your life shortly. That's strongly coming forward. So you'll know which of those is accurate for you and your situation by listening to your heart. You know, like if you feel like a sinking feeling, it means that the person is not right for you. If you feel like an energized, you know, happy feeling, then it means that the person is right for you. All right, so let's get a couple of final cards to, actually, no. They're saying that they want me to pull more. And here. All right, what makes people fall in love with pile number 3? Okay. Oh, nice. You got break the chains, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. You have done a lot of shadow work. You have really liberated yourself, and I think you're liberating others. You know, just the way that your energy, just the way that you interact with them. I think you're such a good friend. I think you're such a good partner. It like literally changes the way these people see like themselves and like the world and community, because you also got Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty, devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. You know, like that's like that energy I was talking about with like you get an amazing idea and you just freely give that to the people in your community or your friends or your family. Like you don't hold it onto it thinking that, oh, this is the only good idea that's ever going to come. You have full faith that if it's meant for you, it will come to you, and that there's a never-ending supply of amazing ideas that could make you millions. And that energy, knowing that, believing that, leaning into that is actually what's going to bring you fame and fortune. That is the thing. That attitude will bring you into alignment with the right people. And it will bring you into alignment with other people that are mystics and priestesses and teachers, you know, like so that you can like continue to possibly even do something that helps large communities break ancestral patterns. Like you might have already done that. You might have helped heal people, and like they just will never forget that. They have so much gratitude in their heart as a result of that. Wow. Yeah, you just have this strong angelic energy, just like healing and like inquisitive. I also get this strong energy of you being like very inquisitive and excited and just like, just, you know, just loving being alive. That is very intoxicating. I can see why people fall in love with you. So why do people fall in love with pile number 3? Okay, so you got creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. Like I kept picking up, you're definitely creative in your own way. That could be in a traditional way where you're, you know, creating art, painting, photography. You could be a musician, you could play an instrument, you could sing, you could be a writer, but you can be creative in so many different ways. Like, you know, the sky's the limit on creativity. You got courage. Live your life fearlessly with courage, strength, and determination. Like I was picking up before, where I feel like you were brave and you either dove into the shadow and you unearthed like elements of yourself that you had been rejecting, or you rejected an old way of living to seek out your true joy and passion. And you also trusted the universe. You had courage and you got surrender. Surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in this present moment. Like that's exactly what I was trying to explain with the 4 of Pentacles. You surrendered to just the flow of life, and that there is a plan, and you're trusting that spirit is gonna meet all of your needs. Like you're just surrendering to the outcome because you know that no matter what, it's for your highest good. You got transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Yes, you overcame like the self-limiting beliefs, like all of the, also the I'm getting the energy of like that internal dialogue, that negative internal dialogue that's like, are you sure this is gonna like work out for you? Like, are you sure you can do that? You know, are you sure anyone even wants this product? That kind of stuff, which is typically programmed into our mind when we are children. You learned how to change the channel. You know, like you turn the radio off. You're like, no, I'm just gonna like tune into my bliss. I'm gonna tune into nature. I'm gonna like pay attention to synchronicities. I'm gonna pay attention to like what my body feels like. What is my actual body telling me right now in this moment? I'm gonna like disconnect from the low vibrational opinions and energies of others. Not because I think there's anything wrong with them. You love everyone equally. You embrace who they are, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna just like let people crap all over you. You also got strength. You're being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. That's what we've been talking about. You have faith. You know everything is going to work out. And you got release. Release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. Yes. And if you haven't already done this, you're in the process of this. And this is something that people not only love about you, they admire this about you. You know, like you and your free-spirited, you know, unconditional, loving nature, creating, you know, beauty and acceptance everywhere you go is ultimately bringing you so much admiration and wealth. You know, people absolutely love you for everything that you bring to their lives and the world. Like, honestly, this transcends just you. You know, especially with this breaking the chains card, like, and the sisterhood of the rose, like, hello. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, it would be amazing if you could like the video. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please come and join the family. I love your energy. I would love to see you in the next reading. And if you know someone else who might be interested in this, you could always share the video. And if any of you would like to have a one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my website, odessaandmall.com. All of my booking information is available there. So I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you soon. Take care.